Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. My name is Dheeraj Chaudhary and welcome to the very first video in our Python for Machine Learning and Artificial Intelligence series. In this video, we are going back to the beginning, exploring the history and evolution of Python from its inception all the way to how it became the backbone of artificial intelligence and machine learning in today's world. If you are excited to begin, drop a comment saying starting strong, and I would love to see who is jumping with me with full energy in this series. So stick around till the end because you will see how one developer's vision for a better programming language became the foundation of modern artificial intelligence and tech world revolution. So without wasting much time, let's get started. So guys, let's get started by understanding the history of Python. Python was created by Guido van Rossum, a Dutch programmer, back in December 1989. He started building it while working in Netherlands, and he released the first version to the public in Feb 1991. And no, the name Python doesn't come from the snake. I was thinking the same for a long time. Let me show you from where this name comes. So this name was inspired by the British comedy group Monty Python because Guido wanted the language to be fun and approachable. His goal was to make language that's easy to read, easy to write, and lets you do more with less code, especially compared to languages like C++ or Java. And that philosophy still defines Python today. So coming back to the slide, when Guido van Rossum created Python, he had one big idea in mind: to make the language easy for humans, not for machines. Back then, most languages were built for performance, fast for the computer, but it was hard for the developer to understand the code that they were writing. Guido flipped that. He designed Python to be readable, clean, and intuitive. He personally guided its development for nearly 30 years until stepping down in 2018. And that core philosophy, developer first, readability focused, is why Python is still so welcoming today. So let's understand the evolution of Python from 1991 till date. So Python has come a long way since its early days. The very first version, Python 0.9.0, already had classes, functions, and exception handling. Then came Python 1.0, released in 1994, brought in functional programming tools as part of that release. Then in 2000, Python 2.0 introduced list comprehensions and garbage collection, which was a big upgrade because at that time C++ and Java, you have to handle the garbage collection for that programming language. Then in 2008, Python made a bold move with introducing Python 3.0, breaking the backward compatibility to clean up the language, which was a really big decision. This caused a split with many projects who were sticking to Python 2.0 for years. But by 2020, Python 2 was officially retired and the whole ecosystem shifted from Python 2.0 to Python 3.0. Now, with versions like 3.10 and 3.11, we have got faster performance, cleaner error messages, and powerful new features like pattern matching. Through it all, Python never lost its focus for simplicity and readability first. Now let's understand the rise of Python between these years of its release. So Python growth has nothing short of incredible that we all know. Back in early 2000s, it was mainly used by scientists and academics. Then in 2005, YouTube adopted Python, which was a great breakthrough, proving it could scale to massive web applications. After 2010, Python exploded thanks to the rise of data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and universities because they started switching to Python for teaching as it was simple to understand and very beginner friendly. By 2018, it passed Java on several popularity charts, and by 2023, it hit the chart as a #1 index for programming language. Today, Python is everywhere, from Google, Netflix to NASA. Now let's understand the Python implementation. This one is my favorite one. When we say Python, we usually mean CPython, the default version written in C. What do we mean by that? So the libraries that we use, the inbuilt libraries for Python, if you go and see its installation, you will see that those all are written in C language. That's why, because of which it makes it fast and very easy to interact with the machine. But there are other powerful versions too that you should be aware of, each with their own strengths. PyPy runs faster using just-in-time compiler, which is great for performance-heavy tasks. Then Jython runs on Java platform, so it plays nicely with Java libraries. Iron Python works with .NET ecosystem, which is ideal for Windows and C# integration. Then Stackless Python supports lightweight and micro threads, which is good for high concurrency systems. MicroPython is tiny, which is built for microcontrollers and IoT devices. And Cython lets you write Python, compile it to C, and boost performance big time. So for most beginners, Cython is perfect, but knowing this option exists shows how flexible Python really is in this programming domain. Now, let's understand what makes Python so special compared to other languages. First, it's interpreted, it's not compiled, so the code runs line by line, making it easy to debug. Second, it's dynamically typed. Dynamically typed means, for example, suppose if I say my underscore name is equal to Dheeraj, automatically it is going to store it as a string, which means you don't declare variable types. Python figures it out at runtime, as I gave you an example. But it's also strongly typed. Now I am conflicting my own statement of dynamically typed because you cannot mix incompatible types without converting them. We will talk about this in detail in our upcoming tutorials. Everything in Python is an object that you need to understand. Even numbers and functions are objects. So instead of braces, Python uses indentation to define blocks while we are writing our code. That's why Python code looks so clean compared to other languages like C++ and Java. It follows the battery included philosophy. What we mean by that? That means you get a massive standard library right out of the box. In some time, I am going to show you that massive library that is available. And best of all, it supports multiple styles of programming: object-oriented programming, functional programming, procedural programming. Whatever fits your problem, you can use it accordingly. That's why Python is loved by beginners as well as by professionals. Now let's understand the rich ecosystem of Python. It is very important for us to understand as we are going to move ahead in our Python for machine learning and artificial intelligence series. So one of the Python's biggest strength is its massive ecosystem, as you can see on the screen. So you have got tools like pip and conda to easily install libraries and virtual environments to keep projects clean and isolated. About virtual environment, I'm going to make a special video where I'm going to start from the scratch, how you can create it, how you can use it, and when and at what time virtual environments are the best for you. Whether you are building a website with Django, crunching data with pandas, or training models with TensorFlow, Python has library for it. The Python package index, that is PyPI, hosted 3 lakh packages. Let me take you to the official website to show you that. So this is the official website. This is what I was speaking about, PyPI. If I right click on this and open, so this is the place which is holding all the packages. So this number keeps on increasing. So right now, if I click on browse projects, you can see that there are a lot of packages which are already been created, which you can use. So if I click on English, this is one package which says that you can use this for natural language processing. This is required type where you can use decorator. There is retry. There is a lot of things that you can try over here. Now, let's get back. This is why we say don't reinvent the wheel. Python lets you stand on the shoulder of giants because you don't have to start from scratch. You can use the inbuilt libraries which are already built by the professionals. And in fields like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science, this ecosystem is exactly why Python leads the pack compared to other programming languages. Now, let's understand how Python shines in different applications across the industry. So Python is used in data science, where Python makes analysis and visualization super smooth by using matplotlib and these kinds of libraries, which is again a by default package that is available for you. very less coding. You just have to use that and call the inbuilt methods. In machine learning and artificial intelligence, it's a go-to for powering your deep learning with TensorFlow and PyTorch, which is again the available packages that you can use. For web development, you can use Django and Flask, which helps you build application faster. And if you want to automate your task, you can use it for scripting as well as for automation. So it's also the top choice in education thanks to its clean and readable syntax, which makes it beginner friendly. So scientists use Python in biology, physics, astronomy, even finance uses it for algorithmic trading. And yes, it's even used in game development by using Pygame, that is Pygame. No matter your field, learning Python gives you tools to do work more faster compared to other programming languages. Now let me talk about very important part, that is Python documentation. People who usually learn Python, they actually ignore it, but this is the gold mine. So let me take you back. So this is the page, that is python.org. So over here, if I click on docs, this is going to open the docs where each and every details about the Python releases, Python setup and usage, Python how-tos, library references, tutorials, everything is published over here. So if I right click on this and open a tutorial, you can see the tutorial is available over here if you want to learn something or if you want to implement something. If I go over here and if you want to know the Python how-tos, that is also available over here. Very good documentation if you want to understand the Python's C API. So as I said, by default, when you install Python, it is installing the CPython. So if you want the C API references, that is also available over here. You can take it from here. When a new version is getting released, what are the functionalities which are going to be deprecated? You can also check that from these deprecations. So this is a go-to guide for a Python developer. Whenever you're learning Python, I would say that tutorial is uh, just for getting started. But if you really want to learn Python in depth and you want to be a top-notch programmer, this is the gold mine that you should always refer to. If you have any queries in terms of new releases, everything is documented over here to understand the backward compatibility and what are the new features which comes in as part of the new version. So you should reference it always from here. Now, let's go back and let's talk about how to get started with Python. So as we are starting with our Python series, what you have to do, you have to go to python.org. You have to go to this page. Once you come on this page, you have to click on downloads. And over here right now, the version is 3.13.3. But for our entire series of machine learning, we are going to use 3.1, 3.11. So whenever you're going to download, so as I am having Windows, I am going to download it from here. Uh, but if you are having Mac, for Mac, you can select on downloads, you can go for Mac. And if you have Ubuntu and other platforms, you can download it accordingly. So apart from this, you can actually also download Anaconda distribution. So which simplifies, because usually data scientists and machine learning engineers, they install Anaconda from anaconda.com. The reason for that is it comes with inbuilt libraries. Let's go ahead and check that website, that is anaconda.com. See, so this is anaconda.com where you can download, and once you download it, it comes with a lot of AI and data science libraries, so you don't have to install it separately. That is one of the best thing. Now, coming back, once you have installed it, uh, if you don't have a machine to practice, but you still want to practice, what you can do is there are some open source resources also available. You can go ahead and you can install Google Colab, you can use Replit, you can use Jupyter.org. Over here, you get an environment where you can practice by creating a Jupyter notebook where you can write your Python code and perform your testing. Now, now let's understand what is Python interactive shell. So whenever you are going to install Python on your machine, there is one interactive shell which is going to be available to you. Let me go ahead and open that for you. So I minimize this, and if I go to, if I search Python, so right now, as I said, we are going to work on 3.11, even though I am having a lot of versions available, but for the entire series, just focus on Python 3.11. So if I open this, it is going to open the REPL. So what is this REPL? So this is an interactive shell that you are going to use for your for running your commands and everything. For example, suppose if I say 2 plus 2 is equal to, see, automatically it has started doing the work for you. If I define a variable a is equal to 5, and then I say a, it says that 5 is the value which has been assigned to a variable. Over here, I am doing dynamic typecasting, where you can see that right now I am not saying that whether 5 is an integer or a string. It is been done dynamically. We will talk about it in detail in our upcoming sessions. Now, if I say b is equal to 4 and type b, search 4, then I say a plus b, it's still there in the memory, and if I press enter, it is going to be 9. So this is how you can actually use the interactive shell if you want to run your commands over here also. Now, that is one method that you can use. Now let's talk about the other method. So for that, I will go back to our slide. Okay, and now let's talk about the other method, but by developing one program, that is Hello Python World. So in this, what we are going to do is we are going to create one program and we are going to run that. So you will come to know that how you can write a program. Once you're writing a program in a notepad, what is the extension with which you have to save the file. So whenever you write a Python code, you name the file as .py at the end. Now, in this Python World application, what I have tried to cover the basic commands that you should be aware of. So whenever you use hashtag in the start, it is going to consider that line as a comment. So if you write any code inside hashtag, it is not going to be executed. So it is specifically to define or to convey some commands or some, not the commands, some comments that you want for better code understanding. Then print. Print is a keyword by using which you can print it, that is std out. Then let me show you in our interactive shell over here. So right now, as I said, if I say print and I say here print a plus b is equal to comma a plus b, you can see the output it is showing, right? So this is how you can use the print statement for std out. And as I was saying that when I am going to say my name is equal to Dheeraj, so right now I have put that in double quotes. So by default, it is considering it as a string, but that is again dynamic. We don't know what it is going to be considered, but later on I will show you whenever it is doing it dynamically, how you can use the keyword type to understand that what kind of object has been created. As I said to you that each and everything that we create in Python is going to be object. So it will say what object has been created for a specific class. Now, if you want to do a simple calculation, what you can do is you can create a variable and you can say that 2025 minus 191, it is going to save the value of this operation into this, and then you can perform a print statement over here. So let's go ahead and see how it looks in the notepad and how we can run it. So this is the program that I showed over there and I'm going to run it over here. So for running it, what you have to do is, if you have not installed any other version other than what I have suggested, that is Python 3.11, if you have Python 2.0 as your base Python version, then you will have to type the command Python 3 and the file name. If you have the version that I have asked you, then even if you install Python, and before that, I will show you that this file I have stored at this location. ls, okay. Okay, ls command will not work here. I am more of a git bash person, and right now I'm running it in command prompt. So this file is already available at this location. What I am going to do is I'm going to run this file, and that file is going to be with the command python and our hello world. If I run this, see, it has printed the output. The first output is from the print which says hello Python world. So this is the output that has been printed. The second is where I have said my name is equal to Dheeraj, or my name is equal to your name. Let me try to change it. Okay. So if I change it now to Dheeraj, okay. Right now over here you can see it was your name. Now let's run it once again. Forgot to save the file. Let's run it once again, and now it is saying Dheeraj. So this is dynamically assigning it with data type that has been stored in the memory. And once I click on print again, over here I am going to refer the variable instead of the value, and it is going to bring back the value as part of the print output over here. Hello Dheeraj. Then we are doing the calculation. As I said, when you minus 1991 from 2025, the operations output is getting stored in python underscore age, and when we print, it is going to show you what is the output over here. So this is how you can see the output. Now let's go back to the slide, and that's it guys. Thank you for your time and participation. I encourage you to experiment with the Python REPL that I showed you, trying out simple expressions, seeing how Python responds to the commands that you're putting inside that. Also make sure your development environment is properly set up by running the example code from today's session. It was very simple. So come up with your questions in comments below about anything that wasn't clear. Learning programming is an interactive process, and I would appreciate if you have any questions, you can go ahead and put that in the comments below. Thank you, and see you soon in the next session. Bye for now.